Welcome back to Two Film Buffs, and today we're going to be looking at the best roles from Will Ferrell.
Wow.
Starting off at number 10, we have Alan Gamble in The Other Guys. One of the more later entrances on his top 10, The Other Guys stars Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, where two mismatched New York City police detectives seize the opportunity to step up to become the city's top cops, who they idolize. The only thing is, it doesn't go quite to plan. Will Ferrell plays Alan Gamble, a police officer who is very competent at his job, but prefers to be behind a desk. Alan can be hilarious, dim-witted, very gullible, and oddly charming. The Other Guys gave us such amazing and iconic lines from Will Ferrell.
Thanks for the F-Shack. Love Dirty Mike and the boys.
Coming in at number 9, we have Cam Brady in The Campaign. Possibly one of the most underrated characters in this whole top 10 is Cam Brady. The Campaign is essentially about two men running for Congress. Marty Higgins, played by Zach Galifianakis, and Cam Brady, played by Will Ferrell. Cam Brady is essentially a rock star playboy living inside a politician's body. The humor and the comedy in this movie is just absolutely perfect, and it just seems to be Will Ferrell in his prime. I absolutely love this movie, and if you haven't seen it, it is a must recommend if you like Will Ferrell. At number 8, I'm sure the comment section would absolutely kill us if we didn't put Buddy the Elf. As far as iconic roles go, Buddy the Elf is one that we have known for many years, and I can imagine much more years to come. It's one of those movies that I can guarantee you've seen it around Christmas time. If not, I can guarantee this has been playing around your house at Christmas time. But for all of you that didn't know, Buddy is an orphan who is taken by Santa on Christmas Eve night many years ago and brought to the North Pole to be raised by elves. He grows up believing that he is an elf. He grows older and wants to go meet his real dad in New York, in which he does so. The movie is filled with classic Christmas comedy hijinks, but I personally believe that the reason that this movie is so iconic is because of the role of Will Ferrell, not so much the storyline. Let's face it, compared to his usual characters, which are usually crude and rude, Buddy the Elf is a fresh breath of air from Will Ferrell, and taking his career to new lengths in the feature family movie world. Is it my favourite Will Ferrell character? No. But is it an iconic one and going to be on this list? Yeah.
You sit on a throne of lies.
At number 7, we have Jackie Moon from Semi-Pro. If you haven't seen this movie and you love Will Ferrell, stop what you're doing now, stop this video and go watch Semi-Pro. Basically, Jackie Moon is the owner, coach, player of the American Basketball Association Flint, Michigan Tropics, and him and his teammates will rally together to make it to the NBA. This movie is filled with so many jokes and just solid characters as well as good actors. It has Woody Harrelson, it has freaking Andre 3000. I absolutely just love this movie. I love the soundtrack. Everything about it is just brilliant. Again, it's like with Will Ferrell in his prime, just hit after hit.
Traveling!
No, 1.5 steps!
You walk.
Suck my cock, I'll murder your family!
You're gone, Jack!
What did I say?
You said that's my seat!
At number 6, we have Brennan Huff in Step Brothers. Step Brothers is about two aimless middle-aged losers who are still living at home and are forced to live with each other, becoming roommates as their parents marry each other. The comedy duo of Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, playing Brennan Huff and Dale Doback, would be one that would resonate with audiences for a lifetime. The movie is jam-packed with iconic laugh-out-loud scenes, unbelievable one-liners, and just all-right epic moments. From the star-studded cast to the cameos, which gives the reason of why Step Brothers and Brennan Huff is on this list.
Last July, I was doing so much fucking.
At number 5, we have Frank the Tank from Old School. If I'm not mistaken, I think this was like the first film I actually saw from Will Ferrell. And I'm really glad I did, because I just think it is just so funny and he is just so epic in this movie. But if you don't know, Old School is about three friends, Mitch, played by Luke Wilson, Beanie, played by Vince Vaughn, and Frank the Tank, played by Will Ferrell, as they attempt to recapture their glory days by opening up a fraternity on a university campus. The twist is they are middle-aged men, and the dean of the university is a man they used to bully whilst they was at university, who is played by Jeremy Piven. I'm not kidding, guys, this is a star-studded cast and it is an epic movie. Just go watch it if you haven't. But anyway, back to why Will Ferrell is such an iconic character in this role. He starts off as just such, like, you see him at the wedding and he just seems like such a normal guy, and he just progressively gets worse and worse and just falls into this trap of how he used to be with alcohol. And the second you see him get drunk, Frank the Tank comes out and it is just awesome.
We're going streaky! Yeah!
At number 4 is Jacoby Magatu from Zoolander. Definitely one of Will Ferrell's more dareish and outlandish roles, Jacoby Magatu is still an iconic character throughout Will Ferrell's career. With iconic lines and amazing scenes, and just unbelievable costumes and hairstyles, he played a fashion designer to a T. In fact, it's one of the very few roles that Will Ferrell actually came back and performed again, in Zoolander 2.
Todd! Did I get farty and bloated with a foamy latte? Mistake indeed!
At number 3 on our list, we have the one and only Chaz Michaels from Blades of Glory. As far as bizarre sports movies goes, Blades of Glory is one of the best to do it about quirky sports. In the sport of figure skating, the story goes like this. 2 Olympic ice skaters who are rivals, Chaz Michaels played by Will Ferrell and Jimmy McElroy played by John Heder, who are deprived of their gold medals and are both banned from playing a men's single event in figure skating, but they discover an anomaly which makes them pair up as the first male duo to perform in figure skating. Chaz Michaels is one of the best figure skaters in the world and is a playboy bachelor with a sex addiction. Will Ferrell's role in this movie was so iconic it was referenced throughout years to come and was even featured in the Jay-Z and Kanye West song.
We're gonna skate to one song only.
I do really like the movie. As far as the movie goes, I wouldn't say it's one of Will Ferrell's best movies, but I will say it is definitely one of his best roles.
Just thought you'd like to see what a skater's body really looks like.
At number 2 on our list, we have the legend himself, Ron Burgundy, from Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. Anchorman is about Ron Burgundy, a prominent anchorman for San Diego News, enjoys his success amongst a male-driven industry of the news industry. However, everything changes for Ron when Veronica turns up, an ambitious reporter who comes into the picture and destroys everything he has. If you haven't seen this movie by now, you must have truly been living under a rock, because it is honestly Will Ferrell at his best. Just the look of the character, his demeanor throughout the whole movie, how he can go from being funny and whimsical to having those really broken moments at some points is just so hilarious. It isn't only his performance in the movie, there's also Paul Rudd's character playing Brian Fantana, Steve Carell playing Brick Tamland, and David Koshner playing Champ Kind. Honestly, it's just one of the best lineups for comedy, and especially in this, they were just perfect as the news team. Ron Burgundy was so iconic of a character, he's been used for some sporting events, roasts, and other events. And in the case of So Nice He Done It Twice, he brought it back for Anchorman 2. Maybe story-wise not as good as Anchorman 1, but I would say just as funny. And I'm sure we would all love to see Anchorman 3.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
And at number 1 on our list, of course, it is Ricky Bobby from Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. For all of you that don't know, Ricky is a NASCAR racing sensation. He is the #1 racer in the world, but after Jean Girard, played by Sacha Baron Cohen, beats him in the race and becomes the top racer, Ricky tries to regain his dominance one way or another. For me, Ricky Bobby is just Will Ferrell's best character. He is just perfect. I love just how confident he is, kind of just how dumb he is, how everything is just focused just on one thing. He has like everything in the world and he just thinks the whole world revolves around him, and it is just perfect for Will Ferrell to play that character. And I am sure I speak for everybody when we want a Talladega Nights 2. We need more Ricky Bobby.
Well, Dick, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Thanks for watching that video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please leave a comment down below what your favorite Will Ferrell movie is and his best role. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.